Hey everyone, my name is Austin Niemeyer and I'm the business analyst for Infor Homepages, and in this video we are going to be going over the Homepages Administration tool. This administration tool is only accessible by users with the Homepages Administrator role and the Homepages Content Administrator role. So to begin this, we are going to access the Homepages Administration by selecting the ellipsis menu in the top right hand corner of the page. We're going to go down to Advanced and select Administration. This is the landing page for Homepages Administration. You can navigate through by either selecting the link on the navigation page or through the navigation menu on the top left-hand corner of your page. To begin, we are going to go under the Setting tab. Located here are various general settings you can set at the tenant level, or you can set for an individual user or IFS security role by creating a rule. For time reasons, I am not going to dive into every single one, but I will go over some of the more important settings and attach a document to this video explaining the rest of the settings. A default page will be the page an end user ends up seeing upon logging in if they do not have any other pages set. For this one, we are going to create a rule and tie this page to an individual user. So I'm going to select the menu to the right of the default page settings and select Add a Rule. First, I'm going to name this rule. I'll go ahead and name it Test for this. Next, I'm going to select a user. For this example, I'm going to use Alicia on. Now I'm going to select Edit Value. And then from there, I will add pages in the top right. Now I can select the published page or pages for which I want this rule to be applied. For this video, I'm going to select the test page, click Add, then OK, then save it, and then save it one more time at the top of the settings page. Once the default setting is saved, if I were to log in as that end user and I had no other pages available, I would then see this as my default page. As that end user, I would then be able to edit it or do anything I would be able to do with a private page of my own. Now I will go over the mandatory pages setting. This setting is used to make a published page a mandatory page. A mandatory page will be the first page for an end user when they log in, regardless of the private pages they may have set for themselves. For this one, we are going to create a rule and tie this page to an IFS security role. So I'm going to select the menu to the right of the mandatory pages setting, select Add a Rule. First, I'm going to name this rule. Next, I'm going to add the security role. For this example, I'm going to use the Homepages user. After I've selected the security role, I'm going to select Edit Value. Then I'm going to select Add Pages in the top right. Now I can select the published page or pages for which I want this rule to be applied. For this video, I'm going to select the test page once again, click Add, then OK, then I'm going to save it, and save it one more time at the top right of the settings page. This page will now be the first page an end user sees when they log in. They're not going to be able to edit this page, they're not going to be able to move any of the widgets or configure any of the widgets on this page. Everything is going to be locked, and the end user is just going to be able to see and use the page as is. The end user can, however, move the page in My Pages. So in order to lock it as the first page, you can go into your mandatory rule setting here, and you can check this primary checkbox. This will make it so that it is locked as the end user's first page and they'll not be able to move another page in front of it. Also with mandatory pages, the administrator has the ability to set effective dates. If I were to go back into my mandatory setting rule here, select Edit Value, and select the page, you'd see in the top right here I have Set Date Range. If I were to set the date range here, I would be able to select the date range from where the page will be available to see and when they will no longer be able to see it. So if I were to set January 1st and then set the end date as January 4th, the end user would only be able to see that page from that certain date range, and then after that, no longer be able to see it. Lastly is the max number of pages setting. This setting, as explained by its name, allows you to set the max number of pages an end user can have. You can set this at the tenant level or you can set a rule for an individual user or IFS security role. For this example, I'm going to set it at the tenant level. I'm going to select the value. I'm going to change it from 3 to 5. I'm then going to hit save at the top right hand corner of the administration page. Now when an end user logs in, they'll now have the option to have up to 5 pages in their Homepages environment. To start, I'm going to go over the banner widget setting. This setting allows admins to make the banner area visible to end users. The banner area is a section at the top of the page that allows an admin or a user to highlight their most relevant information or widgets. In this example, I'm going to set it at the tenant level. I'm going to select the value here and switch it to true, and then click save in the top right hand corner of the page. If we navigate back to the page here, refresh the page, you will see that it now has banner widgets available. I will be going into the dynamic pages feature in another video, but this feature enables both dynamic pages and security policies on the tenant. The standard pages feature allows an administrator to enable or disable standard pages for end users. Standard pages are predefined pages that are included with home pages based on the application's provision on your tenant. These pages will be available in the page catalog for an end user if they have the correct permissions. Tenant widgets is a feature that allows an administrator to create and upload their own widgets using the Homepages SDK. This feature is currently limited availability, but more documentation can be provided if you contact customer support. Lastly, translate widget, page title, and description. This feature will allow an end user to add translations for published pages and widgets. Now on to properties. This functionality allows you to assign a name to any value that can be used throughout Homepages. In order to navigate the properties, select the menu in the top left-hand corner of the Homepage Administration and go to Properties. The Properties section of the Homepage Administration tool will give you 3 options in the top right-hand corner. You can add one, you can import, or you can export. I'm going to go ahead and add a property here. Now all I have to do is add a name, add a value, and also add an area or description if I want to. Next is the Pages tab. It is split up into 3 different types of pages: private, published, and standard. The Private Pages tab lets you search the private pages of a given user. For this example, I'll use myself. As you can see, once I enter my name, I now have access to any private pages in which I've created. The Published Pages tab allows you to view all the published pages in the tenant. From here, you can then delete them, export them, import them, edit permissions, copy permissions, apply copy permissions, replace copy permissions, clear copy permissions, or take ownership. The Standard Pages tab allows you to export, enable, disable, edit, and reset permissions for a standard page. It also allows you to publish the standard page as a copy or publish to an existing page. The next tab within the Homepage Administration is the Widgets tab. The Widgets tab is split up into 2 sections: the Published Widgets and Standard Widgets. The Published Widgets section allows you to view all the published widgets within a tenant. From this section, you can delete, export, import, edit permissions, copy permissions, apply copy permissions, replace copy permissions, clear permissions, view details, take ownership, or change ownership of any published widgets in the tenant. The Standard Widget section allows you to view all the standard widgets within a tenant. From this section, you can view details, or you can edit, copy, apply, replace, or clear permissions. The View Details within the Standard Widget section allows you to see important details about the widget, such as the ID, the title, the Homepages version which it was published, and the schema version for which registry published the information. Next is the Feature Content tab. This will allow you to view and delete any content that has been enabled as featured. Featured content is set within the page or widget catalogs by selecting the page or widget details and enabling the feature toggle. Once enabled, it will then show as featured content at the top of the widget or page catalog in the carousel view. Now the Tags tab. Tags are used to search within the widget and page catalogs within Homepages. Tags can either be set here in this administration screen, or you can add them in the Edit Publish configuration for both pages and widgets. Once a tag is added to a page or widget, you can then use them, as I said before, to search the widget and page catalogs. You can also delete the tags from here by simply selecting the tag and then clicking the delete in the top right hand corner. Finally, we have the last three sections within the Homepages Administration: Import, Export, and Bulk Delete. Import and Export allow you to import or export all of the following data within your tenant. You can choose to import or export everything, or you can select the following toggles to only import or export certain data. So if I would like to not import this one, I just simply click on it and then unselect the toggle. When I export the file, it'll export an JSON file. I can then re-import that across my tenants. And lastly is the bulk delete. The bulk delete allows you to delete all the information in your tenant, or you can use the toggle to delete only certain information. I'm not going to do this here today because I don't want to delete everything in my tenant. But if for whatever reason you need to use the bulk delete, the option is given to you by the Homepages team here. That is all for our Working with Homepages Administration video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any outstanding questions, please feel free to email me at austin.niemeyer@infor.com or visit docs.infor.com and view the Homepages Administration Guide.